Wow. This is awesome. This is very interesting. I'm not used to doing this in a new space, so I'm just taking it all in and I'm just fucking reveling in the. So as you guys can see, we're in a new space, we're in a new studio. Welcome back to my channel, guys. Oh my god, I didn't even say welcome back. I'm such a horrible host. Hi guys, how have you been? It's been when did I shoot last? I shot in March. Yeah, it's June. So yeah, it's been a long time since we've tapped in with each other, guys. Last we were talking about Hawaii. I haven't even gotten on camera and talked about Hawaii yet. That's crazy. Hawaii was great. Kehlani was great as always. The after party, guys. Oh my god, I thought I was gonna fucking die. It was. I was not gonna go viral dying at Kehlani's after party, guys. It was not fucking happening. Oh, is she here? Hello, we're alive. I told you got to sit down. We just started. Yeah, you look amazing. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna give you a hug. Not Sergio texting me right now. You look amazing. Too. Yeah, we're recording. Go the other way, baby. This way. No, this is fine. I know, it's okay. We're literally recording, so we gotta get to it.
What did I miss?
Nothing really. I was just talking about fucking Hawaii.
Oh yeah, how was that? Let's talk about that.
We'll be brief. It was great.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the after party. Mm-hmm. Girl, I was in that whole one eye in the back of my faded. I was like, yeah, not going viral for dying at Kehlani's after party. Oh. Yeah, so I had to go to the side. Wait, let's get into the nails.
Oh.
Hold on.
You don't
Chat.
have to bring out the crash nails.
Chat. Hold on. Yeah. Wait, how does crash go? The main subtitle one, yeah. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom.
Baby, just
No, you started. You go right to the hook. How does the beginning start?
I sure did.
How wait?
Oh, your love is so damn healing.
Yeah. But I can share it with the children to prove. Yeah. Okay. You like that hat?
Yes, delusion, as we always are, as we should be.
It's Destin's merch.
Yes.
And he signed it.
Oh, I know that's right. One thing about you gonna get something signed.
Yeah. No, they didn't have the vinyl, so I had to Yeah, I know. He was like, they didn't come in time. I was like, whatever. But yeah, how are you?
But the hat is very on brand for you.
Whoa.
Well, you know I love some delusions. What do you? Don't act like I'm clocking you. That is a compliment here.
It is true, but that delusion is also a little genius. You gotta give
exactly.
me my. You gotta give me my tens. Yeah,
Because how do you know what you want if you're not delusional about it?
And before you get it, you don't have always the proof that it's gonna come to fruition or that it's going to actually be tangible.
Exactly.
And you don't have a lot of people in your corner sometimes to be able to be like, nah, like it is. Like you gotta be your own. Like no, it's still gonna happen, and then.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, delusional, as some would say.
The most successful people are delusional.
Yeah.
So.
Mm-hmm. so. Folded. What do you think?
I love the fact that the snippet was Freaky Frog, but the actual song is Yearning, with just a dash of the Freaky Frog.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
it's like I feel like it's very much giving self-titled. I know I was telling you I feel like the next one's gonna be experimental still, and then after that maybe self-titled. But no, this is giving like classic Kehlani but grown. And it's like the beginning, it feels like Melts with the orchestra. The ending, it reminds me of Vegas with the layered vocals. And you know, like everybody's just like, oh, the ending is so good. The ending is so good. When's the last time we were like that with Vegas? With the outro, with that, yeah.
You pay attention. See, they don't pay attention. I feel the same way. Like, I felt like after Crash, which was, we're approaching the 1 year anniversary. Like, crazy to think that it's only been a year since that came.
Crazy.
Because that rollout, if you're an artist and you want a master class in rolling out an album, call up Kehlani. Because that Crash rollout.
That was a good roll. Like, I know it didn't go as she planned because, you know, the whole thing with Palestine or support. So it didn't go, we all know that there were some things that didn't go as it was planned, as expected. But, like, still, the way that rollout went was that was like the craziest role I've actually like seen from Kaylani.
It was flawless, honestly.
Yeah,
to be
and
honest
like
with
the
you.
fact our girl is playing arenas. She went from venue. Radio City Music Hall is like a theater, right?
Yeah.
Venues, theaters to arenas.
And that was 2022, Blue Water Road. So we're not talking that
Yeah.
long ago.
It really wasn't that long. It feels like it was just yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Crash feels like it was just 2 hours ago.
Yeah,
so
yeah. And now
it's-
we're entering a new era album,
Yeah.
which I am not surprised because she loves to make music and she
Yeah.
is
She
great
makes
at it.
Quick. Like if
Quick
it's R&B,
turnaround.
she makes it quick.
So that's the art. That's the vibe, right? It's R&B.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed?
It's not confirmed. Well, I wouldn't say it's confirmed, but with Folded, it's giving R&B. But after Crash, we really don't know what this lady's about to do.
I feel the same way, but like they've also emphasized the word R&B so much in the last couple of
Yeah.
weeks to months, like her, David, and not only that, but I feel like even with Destin, even with K1, like
Oh,
it's
yeah.
really good because they're leaning into R&B, and I kind of feel like all three of them are in a group chat, like, oh, y'all keep saying R&B is dead. Well, we're gonna come back
Yeah,
we're as the gays,
I was
and we're
thinking
gonna.
about that on the train. I was like, and people were saying like R&B is dead. It's not in good hands. You know, it's not mainstream anymore. No, it's in very good hands. And I'm about to name drop some people. We got Destin, we got Kaylani, we got K1, we got Leon Thomas.
Leon Thomas.
We got Kiana Lede. Like we have
Sid.
a lot of Sid. We have a lot of R&B artists that don't get the appreciation that they deserve. I think Destin's starting to. Kaylani has been getting it, but not on like the scale that I feel like she deserves. Just like at least not yet. I feel like Folded is really like pushing it. He's got to push it further.
That's what Crash kind of felt like for me, like her introduction to like the general public in a way, you know, because
Yeah.
we've always been privy to how talented she is.
Yeah.
But to your point, like she's
People
felt
play with her.
more.
People play with her because when we talk about
Bah.
R&B vocalists today,
I don't hear
why
her in
is
those
her
conversations,
Name not
not-
in this
I know.
conversation. The things that they do with their voice now compared to I wouldn't even say compared to Blue Water Road, but compared to the last big mainstream moment they had, which I would say is like Distraction, Gangsta. Escape was kind of sort of mainstream. It was in movies. Like it's just
That's all it is. That's it. It's just-
like the growth is there. You can hear it. You can hear the change, the difference in her voice, the difference in her tone. It's more mature. Even like with her singing techniques, like I want to use Deep as an example. So with Deep, I feel like we haven't heard that tone of voice from Kaylani since like Cloud 19, Sweet 60 Savage, where it's like it wasn't like polished. You could hear the rasp in her voice.
yes.
And I was like, this is giving like real classic Kaylani. And she's like talking her shit. They're like talking about, you know, what they've been through. They're saying, yeah, you're not about to say, you can't say shit to me anymore after what I've been through and what I accomplished already, personally and professionally. So it's like, it's really nice to have those nostalgic feelings, but it's still fresh from
Yeah.
what they put out.
No, I agree with you 1000% because I feel what I noticed about Crash, the tour, is that was a catalog set list. Like she's just beginning in a way. Like take Beyonce for example, like Cowboy Carter, like the tour. Don't get me started about that lady. This video is not about that lady, but we're gonna use her as an example
You're
for
an
2
example.
seconds. The Cowboy Carter tour set list is, and as was the Renaissance, a catalog set list. Like this is like we're talking this so much musical contribution, and it's crazy that Kaylani just came off of that tour and is at the top of her game making because that's the thing, we don't know anything about this album, but what we do know is that it's already her best music.
Yeah.
She gets progressively better with every single project.
Yeah.
So
Scary.
spooky,
That person scares me.
not
And
hilarious.
don't get me started on like once we see that they're in the studio with Dixon
Yo,
or Chris or
let me
Jenna.
tell you something. I never knew I would be so happy that Flow didn't open because we got Dixon from Indianapolis opening night of
I
Crash.
got
And when
beef
I
with
tell
you about that.
when I tell you that nigga was singing down,
I saw the videos. I
Virgo,
can feel it.
he was like running and shit. I'm like, Bro.
Like, you know what? Switch out the performances. Kaylani, you come open and give me his
No,
set list.
exactly.
real
He's
quick.
the real headliner. Like, what?
Like, he be
Throw some
like,
backup dancers behind him. That's it. You know,
love
like,
that lady, but like he be singing his ass off,
off.
singing her under a table, like
Mm-hmm.
for real.
No, that shit was wild. Like, I remember I'd seen his name, and I was like, what song do I know him from? I was like, oh, Slow Dance. And like, you know, I pigeonholed him to that because I hadn't, you know, that was my
Yeah.
introduction to him, you know. But then when I saw him live, I was like, oh, this is somebody whose discography I should know,
Yeah.
you know, because it's like,
And that's another name that we can put in the list of vocalists, R&B vocalists, male vocalists. You know, the male R&B the R&B boys and the R&B men, they do not get their flowers as much as they should today. Not anymore.
Lucky
they really
Day.
Don't. Lucky Day. Let's talk about Luke James.
Mm.
Luke James should be in the conversation.
Wake it up.
Like, there's a lot of, again, there is a lot of R&B artists that people do not talk about on the scale that they should be talked about. And it's like, R&B is just fine.
Yeah.
It's in the right hands. We got the daughters of Brandy. We got the sons of Brandy. Matter of fact, we just have the children of Brandy in general.
Brandy at the top of the Messiah Mountain, like
At this point, yeah, right now, because a lot of the artists that are in these conversations that, you know, we've mentioned, a lot of their inspiration comes from Brandy, the vocal layering, the technique, the tone. So it's like, and even with, again, Folded, it gives Brandy, but it's not giving, this is a Brandy song. It's a Kehlani song, and you can tell that her influence came from Brandy.
Like in the one part when she goes, till the day is done,
Come on, vocals.
done.
Come on.
Like those stack,
Yeah.
the stacking of the harmonies. Like we really need to get into it, guys. Like you really gotta. Kehlani's not one of these artists. So another thing I want to address is when she posted the snippet, somebody tweeted, they were like, oh, she's reheating such and such as nachos.
Nachos. No, these are their own nachos.
No, they said a particular name. They
Yeah.
said
I know
Kehlani
who
was
you were talking
reheating,
about, yeah.
and we're not gonna name the artist.
We're not going to name a name, but everybody
But-
who
but-
knows,
but now-
if you know, you know.
If you know, you know. If you was there, you was there.
You had
No
to be
disrespect to
there.
that artist.
Of course, because that artist, the song that they were referencing, beautiful song.
My point and your point is that, you know, people need to stop playing on Kehlani's name. You know what I mean? Like comparing her to people that are not her peers. Because I'm sorry, the
Yeah.
name that was mentioned,
not her
that's
peers.
not her peer. This
I
is somebody.
asked the question of like, who can we consider Kehlani's peers who's as active, who has been out as just as long? It's been like 10 years. Who's been out
Over.
just as long? They came up at the same time. They're still active. They're still touring. They are still pushing out music. Like
At the top of their game.
At the top of their game. So I can't really, like, there are people who are their peers, but I can't name someone off the top of my head that is who is as active. And even when, you know, they're not active, they are still in the forefront, you know? Like, they're still in headlines, they're still online active, they are still in conversations online, whether it's about something they did, something they said, their music, who they're collaborating with. Because one thing about Kehlani, she gonna hop on a feature.
Okay. Of somebody she likes. Not just anybody feature.
Not just anybody.
Yeah.
Because, like, it could be a big artist, it could be a smaller artist, it could be somebody coming up. K1. That's how I found K1's music.
And can we talk about how Kehlani has always platformed other artists? Like she is always like, you know, people have been able, she stood on the shoulders of other people, so now people are standing on her shoulders. Like
Yeah.
you said, K1, even like Lexi, rest in peace, Lexi. You remember how
yeah.
she used to go up for Lexi? Like this is well documented that she
Yeah.
has always been one to use her resources to help bolster other artists, introduce other people, like Destin, for example, having him open for the tour. And now look at him going on his second
Right.
tour. You know what I mean? Like
Talking about Blue Water Road Tour real quick. I love that Kehlani supports other artists, like even if they're not just up and coming, because let's talk about Rico Nasty. Rico Nasty, before Blue Water Road Tour, I'm not going to name the tour that she was on, but she was on a different tour,
Oh, I
opening
remember.
for somebody.
If you was there, you was there.
And trash was getting thrown at her.
She was being disrespected.
People were so rude to her. The crowd was not graceful whatsoever. They weren't even giving her a chance, and it was all over the internet. Her feelings were clearly hurt. Kehlani, I remember she had said something about like wanting Rico like giving Rico respect.
Redemption.
And then what did we, not even redemption, just respect. Because Rico Nasty is another one. She is super talented.
Very.
And she doesn't get the respect that she deserves. So I love that even though it was a different vibe, she invited Rico on. Rico was like, you know what, I'm down. Taurus power. So,
And the crowd embraced her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and that's the thing I feel about some of Kehlani's fans. That's a different conversation, different day. You know, but
everybody's different.
Yeah,
So,
not every fan base is perfect.
Yeah.
You know, but yeah, for the most part, very embracing of her and Destin and just like
Flo,
Anicia. Let's not forget Anicia.
I did not expect Anicia to be on the Crash tour. As another one, she didn't get as much as respect as I feel like she deserves. Because, you know, I know she's not like a big dancer or anything, a big performer, but she's a comedian.
Yeah,
like
you
she
don't
will
have to
give
be.
you a show. Like, and her music, especially like over the speakers.
Yeah, it bumps.
When she said, "I'll never see you bitches at the bank,"
I'll never see you bitches at the ATM. I was like, whoa! I was
And
like, okay.
I'm an Anicia girl, so I saw that lineup, and I was like, yeah. I was like, I wasn't expecting
She
it,
had
but
me.
I'm rocking
She
with
had
it.
me. And then she was like, I hope your barber push your shit back. I was like, oh, wow. I was like, yeah.
Listen, both of us went to multiple shows. Every crowd, when she said, I hope a barber push your shit back, everybody was like, oh.
Yeah, I was one of those people
my
all
God.
3 times.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember the first time you were like, I don't really know anything about Anicia. I haven't heard her.
Yeah, I
And I'm
remember too.
like, I know of Anicia. Trust me. She gonna have you. She gonna have
And that's
you.
how a live show can change your perspective about an artist. You know what I mean? You can have your preconceived notions, or you can know nothing about them, and you could leave a fan.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's a beautiful part of
Yeah.
being able to just give openers a chance, because like your favorite artist was an opener at some point. You know?
Exactly. So it's like, not trying to clock anybody, but to the people who like to come after the openers, go at the beginning of the show. Give it a chance. Be open-minded. You never know what you're gonna like, and if you don't like it, just keep it moving.
Exactly. Yeah, that's all you can do.
They're
man.
part of the show for a reason.
Yeah, and this is like, if you respect the artist that you're there to see, and this is who they say they would like to open. Like, I just kind of feel like
it's
common
even
courtesy.
more
like,
respectful
damn,
to
you
the
remember
artist
when
as
you remember
well.
those things? You remember when we had manners as a society? You remember when we had, you know, when
Yeah.
people said thank you, you know, you're welcome,
doors
you know,
open if you see somebody coming.
hold doors open. Yeah,
Or, you know, the bus sees
those
you 'cause they
primitive
don't
things,
drive
those
off
old
when
things.
you're running for the
I
door.
miss those days.
You know, I don't remember those days. Maybe I was too young.
Maybe they never happened.
You know,
honestly.
sometimes I feel like I'm in the wrong generation, but you know what? I love this generation to an extent because I love, you know, meeting people at concerts. I met you at a concert.
Hey, can we talk
Met
about
you
it?
at In Bloom.
In Bloom? Can
You
we
know,
talk about it?
Can we talk about that real quick?
because the people don't know. They don't
people
know.
don't know.
Yeah.
In Bloom, we met. We were like right in the front at the catwalk, right? And I remember, yes, I'm gonna put you on the spot. I remember she saw you singing word for word, and she's like, "What? I was this way for you."
Toxic.
In your face.
Uh-huh.
And I
And
remember,
I was in her face too.
And you always gonna be in that lady face.
I love you, Kehlani.
But
Yeah.
I remember once it was done, both
didn't
of
take
like
each other's
we
information.
didn't take each other. We were just like in the moment, and I remember I went home and I'm like, no, my Shayla. Like, I was like, I should have got his Instagram or something. Like, he was so fun, and he like even like days after, I was just like, he was so fun. Like, I was still thinking about how much fun I had with you.
I love you.
So I was so upset that I was like, I don't like. What are the chances that we see each other again? And then Blue Water Road. I went
Radio
to both
City.
shows,
Uh-huh.
yeah, and I think it was night two, and she called somebody up for Crazy, and I didn't recognize you at first because I was busy headbanging.
I
It
was
a
the
rock
somebody,
version.
y'all.
It was a rock version of Crazy. I was like, but I had recorded, and then I posted. And I was like, Kehlani and this fan was intense. And you responded. And then we started
I'm
talking.
the fan.
I sent you the video. And then I remember I asked for your Instagram so I could send the video clear. And I saw your In Bloom post. And I'm like, wait,
This is the.
that's you. That was me next to you. I've been looking for you.
And look
we've
at us
been
now.
locked in ever since.
And look at us now, guys.
Look at us.
I
Who
know.
would've thought?
Over here
Who would've
making
thought?
shows.
Look at making shows.
Yeah.
Going
Yeah.
to more shows.
Yeah, I know. Oh, God. I don't know. I don't know. This year I got Tyler, y'all, and that might be it.
Ooh.
That might be it.
I mean, that's gonna be a high energy one.
Yeah. July, MSG.
Yeah,
Fucking
that's gonna
excited, bro.
That's
Oh
gonna
my
be
god.
a high energy one.
I mean, I might do Destin.
You should do Destin. If it
I don't know. Nah.
Come on, all your girls.
No
are
more
gonna
shows, no
be
more
out
shows, no more
there.
shows, no more
No, you're doing Destin. I'm dragging you.
No,
by the
Nancy,
ankles.
Nancy and Viviana are already like, they literally texted me yesterday. They were like, we're going to Destin, right? I'm like,
You know all the girls.
I know.
All your girlies are gonna go to
I'm just tired of
Destin.
fighting with bitches at the barricade and blinds and
Yeah.
running. And I'm so over it, girl. I
Yeah.
think Flow really was the last experience for me where it was just like, I'm doing
I
this.
feel like Destin's crowd isn't as, because remember, Flow, they blew up pretty quick. Their fan base, and they also have younger fans, I would say. So Destin has younger fans too, but I don't think it would be like teenagers like running for the barricade or anything like that. We went completely off. We be yapping.
But honestly, when Destin came out for Flow, I think it was Brooklyn Paramount when they paid there. It was like me and one other girl singing In the Air, honestly, with all due respect. Like, so I'm thinking about the show, and it's gonna be probably another sea of girls and me. It was like that at the Submissive tour. It was me and the
Yeah.
one boy at the barricade, which, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine. You know, it's just more so like, wait, how are we on time?
We are. I'll tell you what time it is exactly.
How much more we got? Oh, you look good on the camera. Look at my sister.
Oh,
We got a
hey,
half
Mom.
hour?
Yeah.
Half? Damn, girl, we still got. We got time. That's
Okay.
one of the, because we
Listen,
talk a
well,
lot,
listen,
so
we
I didn't
could-
want to pick up.
We yap, so.
Phone, by the way?
Was that?
Do you want BTS on your phone?
I don't. Not, maybe the next one. This one,
Yeah.
I think we'll keep it bare bones. Yeah. Thank you so much. What was your name again? DJ, and that's Asher. Yeah. Thank you so much, DJ. I appreciate
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, they've been so awesome, and the space is fucking.
Yeah, this space is
amazing,
not.
and
I
it's
love
cute,
the
right?
lighting and the little like ambient.
Yeah, because you've
ambiance.
seen the show. I was telling him like it's usually further back. Like it's not as like close and intimate
Yeah, I
as
see
this
you,
one is.
budget.
Yeah.
Moving on up. I see you. It's giving professional.
yeah, because it is professional,
giving
girl.
professional.
Moving on up, moving on.
We are getting out the ghetto.
Yeah.
We in the suburbs.
I'm not trying to be in the trenches no more, Virgo. I'm literally gonna go to work
We've
in
been
like
in this
3
bitch too deep.
Girl,
Because one
I'm
thing about
sleeping on a
deep is
mattress. That's deep.
bare concrete.
Yeah, me.
You know, let's go back to deep again real quick.
Okay.
It really does, like, that is a relatable song no matter what you've been through. Like, you don't have to be homeless to really understand just how hard that is and like how hard it is with and I also want to bring up mental health. How hard it is with your mental health, with your personal issues, and then also having to go through things with, you know, your professional life, friends, relationships. Like, it is not easy. So I love that with Crash, they were so like raw, which every album they are very raw. They're very open. They're very, you know, they put their heart out into the music. So, but I love that Crash was, it felt like the chaotic side of Kehlani. Because I feel like a lot of people were like, after Blue Water Road, everybody was like, oh, it's love and light.
She said, "Hold on."
Like, they were like, oh, it's so love and light. We're healing. We're peaceful. The fans are love and light.
She said,
Kehlani is love and light. Their shows are love and light. First of all, tell me why at Blue Water Road, I almost got into a fight because I'm not going to go into the full story, but another girl was starting with me.
Oh.
And, you know, I had to look at security because security was right there not doing that. And I was like,
Sounded like me.
so,
Night one.
and during, of all songs, during Alter,
I already asked this, but you can't ask it too many times. What is it about Kehlani's peaceful songs that makes y'all want to tussle, want to fight,
like,
want
it
to
could
scrap?
be Alter. There was Honey, remember when she asked if they're fighting over who's gayer? During Honey?
Wait, that happened?
Yes, Blue Water Road.
Oh my God.
But
I
this
want better
tour-
for y'all.
This tour, I saw somebody. There was like one fight.
They was fighting during chapel because remember we never got married. You, I was at that show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Fuck
Yeah.
y'all still. I was just like,
But
yo,
there
chapel.
was also another show. It was overseas. There was a fight during K1's set, and K1 was just like, during Eyes Wide Open.
In her English accent.
During Eyes Wide, you serious? serious, guys. You see?
Eyes wide open, open. Like
gotta do a
that.
little
That
shoulder
makes you
bump.
wanna.
Like, was somebody shoulder bumping a little too hard?
Yeah, but
And-
this is what I'm saying. Like, look at just picture in your brain like the fan bases for each respective artist, and you could see how, you know.
Yeah, because I'm not gonna lie, some Kehlani fans just need to chill when they're at the shows. It's not always about interaction.
Is it 1 or 2/3? Maybe 2/3. No,
It's
one
not-
third, one third.
It's just, just enjoy yourself.
It's-
Enjoy the people you're around. You don't have to push for a moment every time. Not everybody's gonna get like a moment.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna be the Susia victim,
Not everybody's gonna be the Susie.
you know. But everybody wants to be the Susia.
Everybody wants to be the Susie. I don't know why. Like, it's just a show. Like, it's just a show. That lady walks away and she's laughing. She sticks her tongue out at the next person recording.
Right off stage on the phone.
Like,
She is, ooh, crazy, scary, spooky, not hilarious.
and that's why she took it away from you, some of y'all.
Yeah.
'Cause some of y'all went a little too far.
Okay, wait, but can we also talk about, because you just reminded me. So, like, clearly we didn't learn anything from Almi. We didn't learn anything, guys. I hate to say it because one thing that happens that I don't like, and Kehlani loves her fans, she loves her supporters, but as soon as she drops a little crumb, drop the song, drop the song, drop the song, drop the song. Mama doesn't like that. Artists don't like that in general
Yeah.
because it's just like, that's why we can't have nice things. You know what I mean? Like, would y'all prefer them to just cold turkey and then just boom everything?
And then we get a half-ass song.
Yeah. Or would,
What I will say, some artists do like trolling with their snippets.
true.
I'm not gonna say
I don't think she's one of
but-
them.
I don't think she's one of them, but I know she was having fun with Folded because it was coming so soon.
Yeah, and it was just made too. That's another
Yeah,
thing. Like,
it
it's
was
still
lit.
very fresh.
Very fresh. Like the speed at which this lady makes her music is scary.
Insane.
Scary. Spooky. Hilarious.
Yeah, I don't know if that's hilarious though, girl. It's a little bit.
It's a-
it might be brujeria or something. Honestly, bro. No, I mean I just can't seem to understand. Like I think Kehlani's still as adept at music making as she is. It was because she's still inspired by a lot of artists like
Yeah.
K1, like Dustin. What's the
And she listens to a lot of different music too, because
what's his name? Help me.
which name?
Isaiah Huron.
Oh, yes.
People
got
like
it
that.
right.
You know what I mean? Did I say it right?
Yeah.
I think I said it right.
believe
right?
you said
Yeah, I think so. Shout out to him. Sorry if I said it wrong. Yeah, if I said it wrong. But like, you know what I mean? These are artists that are reinvigorating her to still
Yeah.
enjoy music making. And that's why it's still of quality, you know? Because as you said, over 10 years in the game, like showing no signs of slowing down. Like I really didn't think we was going to get music for a little bit. She just came off a world tour. Like,
I know. I thought it would be like maybe like next year.
And I
Because
still
usually
think-
it's like 2 years.
Right. That's the thing we've gotten used to as fans, like every 2 years. But like
Yeah.
even still, like I still don't feel like it's gonna come out this year. One thing about her I will say is when she starts promo, like she doesn't start and stop like a lot of artists. Like she really continues to let the ball roll. So I feel like this is gonna come at the top of next year. Like it's gonna be like,
I feel like it's going to be a fall album.
you think that's soon?
I feel like it's going to be a fall album. Because remember, she's just pushing shit out. But also, you never know if like, because this lady never stops making, as long as she's home, she's making music. And you never really know what else is going to happen that inspires them.
That part.
Who brings like an idea to them, a collaboration, if she wants somebody to hop on a track that she already has. You never know what's gonna happen. So it's like it could be a fall album just because they keep saying the album. They keep saying album, and that this is just a single, a first single. I did see that story on Jamie's Instagram.
I read that
saying-
first rule.
Saying, I remember I watching you record. I knew this was gonna be the first single.
I said, oh, okay, so we
are
got more
We might
singles.
get a second single. You never know, but
Or maybe we're just delusional. Who knows?
Hey, baby, I was
But-
talking to you in a week.
Okay. Things don't change when I'm with you. It don't feel brand new.
Oh, this ain't a Destin episode. But
Oh, yeah, right. I mean, I'm wearing
Dancing
the hat.
R&B boy.
All right. I'll give it to him.
appreciate that.
I'll
for a
give it to him.
second.
No, honestly, he looked good. That arm was toned in that video.
Yeah.
That's it.
The gym be gymming. The gym is gymming
Nah, I need
for
to.
them both.
Get back on mine.
Yeah, I had to stop because of the summer body crowd. They're in my way. If you want your summer body results, work out in the winter.
Yeah. Well, I mean, girl, you could just like run up the street, run up your block.
You can work out in the winter.
Oh no, babe, not me. I be in the house in the wintertime. I don't come
I
out.
love that little brisk wind when you
Sick, crazy,
Crazy.
scary.
I never said I was
Spooky.
sane.
Yeah, that's insane. And nobody in their right mind
And-
would.
Speaking of crazy, can we talk about Border?
We can talk about daughter.
That song was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That song is
Shut in the tap.
wildly emotional. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, Border, and you can barely see it right here, but it says, "No one can catch me in the red."
Mm-hmm.
So I got that 2 days after the song dropped.
2 days is crazy. She said, "My life." Ah!
Heard that song and I was boohoo crying on the train because it dropped in the afternoon. I was on my way to work.
I remember.
And I was boohoo crying and I was acting like I was yawning because you know your eyes water when you yawn. I was like,
Hey.
could be an angel, babe. No, but that song is like so real because it's like, it was very, I feel like nobody was expecting that much vulnerability. We've gotten vulnerable Kehlani before, but like I would say that's the most vulnerable and open song.
Easily, arguably, of her most vulnerable songs.
And then also to see how many people relate to it, and also how many people like came out and said, "Oh, I've been dealing with this too. I have the same disorder too," and like they've been uncomfortable to say anything about it, to express it, because it's a very
taboo,
I would say, complex.
Oh,
It's a complex thing because
very.
like you yourself feel crazy without any external things. So with external things happening and also like triggering you, it's like, and then also you don't wanna let those things come out, and then it scares people that you love away. So it's like the fact that I've never heard a song that speaks on like mental health in that way, and so specific on what the issue is and how you're thinking about it. Because where she says, "Let's leave California," I remember seeing somebody on TikTok bring it up, and they were saying that "Let's leave California" like may not even just mean go to somewhere new so that you can find some type of peace, but it could also mean like, I want to leave this realm so that I can get away from this disorder and actually have some type of peace. So it's a very, very vulnerable song that I feel like a lot of people can relate to, but especially people who have BPD, like, especially understand. Because it's a hard thing to understand if you don't have it.
yeah.
And it's like, I would never wish that on
And a lot of
anybody.
people don't even know that they have it. A lot of people don't even know
Yeah.
that they're being afflicted by something, or
Yeah,
that
because
they're
there's
on.
misdiagnosis. There's, people who aren't diagnosed at all. So
And
it's
there's
like
people
you
that
may-
feel ashamed. They have maybe an inkling, but their mental health, as we said, it's like it's taboo, it's complex. So there isn't like a ecosystem where people, I feel, can freely or openly exist sometimes.
Yeah.
And I mean, we definitely are in a better standing now because I think the
Of, like,
people,
mental health.
right, have really churned that conversation. But like otherwise, like we still have a far way to go.
Yeah,
Just-
because everybody wants the conversation of mental health, but nobody, I don't actually, no, not nobody, but a lot of people, a big majority, do not want to include personality disorders. Like, for example, narcissistic personality disorder is a personality disorder that can be treated and medicated. Borderline personality disorder can be treated and medicated. Both those things are incurable. You just got to work on it for the rest of your life, and you actually have to be dedicated to that and dedicated to yourself.
Right.
So, but let one bad day happen where it's like you just can't uphold that for a moment. Now you're crazy to everybody else. So it's like there is grace with mental health in theory, but if it's not like anxiety, depression, it's a lot of people just like don't really give that grace where to people who need it. Like you never know who has these things. So you never know what someone's going through. You never know why they're lashing out, why they're saying the things that they're saying, why they're doing the things that they do. And it's not an excuse, but it's like you just got to understand that person may need help and they may just need to be grounded.
Yeah, it starts with acknowledgement. That's the thing. Like, you know, you would only hope that when somebody acknowledges something such as that they have an outlet to be able to further understand it. But oftentimes they're shunned, oftentimes they're shamed, oftentimes they're silenced, you know, and that translates to the disorder just continuing to exacerbate, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's why
It's like it could change.
yeah.
Everybody changes through the years. So
Yeah. Like there's
our
legitimate help
brains
out there.
change.
Oh, sorry, girl. I had to think. I said,
Oh, you're good.
I said, ooh. I was just checking the time to make sure we got 16 minutes, girl. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Yeah. But
And we
guys,
haven't
moral of the
even touched
story,
on
there's
all
help
the
out
ways.
there, guys. Get help. You know
Yes,
what I'm
get
saying?
help. Help your peoples.
Yeah.
Learn about each other. Give grace where, you know, somebody's going off, you know, give them a little space and then talk to them. You know,
If they're worth talking to.
if they're
Some of y'all is out here running amok of the place, acting a motherfucking fool, and not gotten slapped yet.
yeah, and some people that's just the problem. Like, your mama never beat you for that?
No, I say that all the time. I'm like, oh, you never got your ass whipped before. I could tell.
Yeah.
You've never got your hands, like somebody put their hands,
Hands
on
on
you.
you.
Yeah, like
Like-
you never had that experience. I could tell by the way that you act. Like because I ain't been. My niece makes a tongue-in-cheek joke because I only been in one fight, but it was one. It was one, and honestly, I didn't ask for it. That's the worst part about it. Like, I don't claim the fight like with a badge of honor. It's just like I learned something about myself that day. I'm a lover, guys. I'm not a fighter.
We're
I'm
both
not,
lovers.
but I've learned how to fight though.
There's so many misconceptions with people that are actually like so soft at the heart. It's like, I don't want to be mean, but you're making me, and I don't like it. But you're gonna get it because you deserve.
Yeah, right.
You're practically
Since
asking
we're
for it.
already here.
Since we're here, you know, this is the
You
sidewalk.
left me with no choice.
You decided to go into the street, so now I have a car.
Final destination.
Oh, not the penny. Not the penny. Hide the coins.
Hey yo! Oh my God! Stop! Not you. Oh, I didn't even see the 8. You didn't see that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You know I
Yeah,
have
get
to
into
pull
the
out
jewelry.
eight.
Oh my God! Chat. Are y'all paying attention?
You know, one thing I love is a bitch that's on thing. First of all, I would like to let's talk about that first show. Why was that lady on that chair like that? at the
Which
end?
one?
When she was
Wait,
like
in Jersey?
I believe it was the Minneapolis.
Oh, the first
the
show.
first show, yeah.
Oh, which
'Cause-
lady was on the chair?
Kaylani, the 8 chair
Oh,
at the end of the song where she like first
Oh,
of
yeah, they
all,
go-
you are not Kevin Gates. Relax.
They go left, right, and then she's like,
No, at the end, the end where she's humping the chair.
oh, yeah.
I remember everybody was like, "Whoa, that's unnecessary, ma'am."
Oh well, little did they know that back shots would come at the end of Vegas.
Yeah.
Only on the North American tour. She was not doing
On
that in
some
Europe
of
or
it, on some of it.
in the North. I feel like she did it in all the North America tour.
No, because I remember when I went to the Vegas show, she didn't do it. She was singing.
But it also is Vegas in Vegas, so I wonder how
Yeah.
that changed.
So, but
yeah.
a few, it was one of the changes even before I went to
Oh,
Vegas. Yeah,
okay.
because
Maybe
I
she-
believe San Diego, we didn't. Yeah, because San Diego was the day before Vegas. We didn't get the
Back shots.
the. No, we didn't get bent over.
And I'm spending all my drinks on you.
Also, you doing the bending.
Like, oh my God, like I'm freaking. She said, and she was.
Just like, and you call us freaked out for the.
I mean, Kehlani, two
folded-
things could be true at the same
You
time. Like,
raised a generation.
I
You
know.
raised us like this.
I know. But at the end of the day, Auntie is not responsible for what we do in our bedrooms. It is true.
No, stay out of there.
She is the sound. She is the soundtrack to a lot of it.
And I need more people to stay out of theirs.
No, seriously.
stay out of the topic of theirs because
Oh my
that's their
God.
business.
Oh my God. Like, it's crazy because people think they know who Kehlani dated because of the ones that have been public, but it's like there's so many
It's
people in
like,
between.
You don't know
You
who this
don't
lady has talked to.
know.
You don't know who this lady has. Everybody this lady has dated. And
Right.
personally, it's not our business.
Exactly.
If she wants to make it our business, then
Then, yeah.
cute, love it. You like it, I love it.
How'd that go again? Everybody's business?
My big old age. I
Why
can't
you
be
always go straight to the
saved.
hook? No, like, you
Because
gotta start with
it's
me.
the first thing that it's the hook. It hooks you. So
I ain't never been a half-ass
Oh, you want the
lover.
beginning.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you go straight to the hook all the damn time.
I go to my favorite parts.
Oh,
I go
oh
to
my
my favorite
God.
parts.
Wait, did we cover everything with Folded?
You know
what
what?
did we miss? Wait.
I think we did cover. So we didn't talk about While We Wait.
Mm.
We talked about Tour. We talked about Crash. We talked about Folded. What I want to talk about real quick:
What?
why you take Getaway off the Camden set list?
Oh my God, it's already in the past.
No,
Wow,
it's
you
not
will
in the
never
past.
get over that.
I'm looking the which camera? I have never experienced that song live,
And you never will.
and
I'm
I
so
never
sorry.
will.
It's-
I want it on the next tour.
No, it's done. There's too much
I'm pulling
music
out the
for
government.
her.
Kaylani Ashley Parrish. If you see this, I want Getaway on that.
If you see this, send it to her.
You know you're right.
Yeah,
you know what? You can send it too.
Yeah,
You
right.
can send it
You
too.
can direct message it to her. You literally talk to the camera like you gonna talk. Be like, Kehlani.
Just like, lady, because when I catch you,
Man, I'm gonna give you the footage. You can do with it as you please. Please don't threaten. Oh my God. Why you always do that to her? In your picture with her, you like
yeah, my second meet and greet.
trying
Yeah.
to square up with her with
I
the
mean, I
rap.
couldn't help
I'm
it.
still
you
not
know,
over that outfit. You look nasty that day. You look
I still
nasty.
feel like the Camden fit 8 more.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, I thought you were talking about New York. Because New York is when
Oh, that's when you squared up with
yeah,
her.
because that lady had my hair.
Oh,
What'd you
no,
have my hair for?
no, the red. Oh yeah, that was
Yeah.
Camden. That was the one I was talking
yeah.
about. Yeah, you
Cam-
went crazy.
Yeah, you know, it was 2 days after my birthday. I had to
you
make
had
the
to pop
birthday
out.
fit.
Yeah, you
Had to
popped
pop out
out.
and show them.
Yeah, you definitely showed them.
Yeah,
Indeed,
that was
yeah.
a time. That was a great time.
It was a great show. Honestly, it was a stressful show, but
It was a pretty stressful show. I had a time though. It was a great show.
Girl, I was. By the end of that night, I was fucking leaning, bro.
I remember-
Smoking, drinking,
I was
and
boo-hoo
concert
crying.
anxiety.
I was crying so bad that I didn't even realize, like, when everybody was like, Virgo, she's blowing kisses at you. I didn't realize it. I just knew the border speech and I knew what was coming. So I was like, ugh.
Yeah, because she was like, "This one's for you," like right to you, and you was like,
I couldn't see. That's how much I was crying. I couldn't see.
yeah.
But yeah, that was a moment. During Tears was a moment too, because I remember she, like, when the dance was coming up, you know, the choreography, the just tell me the truth, and then she the
Hang on to your
ba-
job,
ba-
man.
da- 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 da-
That's one of my favorite
yeah,
parts.
she was staring me down. I'm like, here we go. Da, 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 da.
It's your time. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Justice for Tears. Justice for
Justice
Tears.
for Tears.
I
Tears
thought-
was so good. Tears actually had me in tears the first time that I heard it because it was just the production was so good and so unexpected. I was just like, this is really just overwhelmingly good.
Yeah, objectively good. Like,
So overwhelmingly amazing. And then the
I got this stuff in my body and I ain't playing nobody, my name is on your hand. You got me. Like, what?
Oh my
She's-
goodness, that was, you know, I want to say that song, it gives me like a, even though it doesn't sound like the song whatsoever, it gives me the same feel as Son of a Gun by Janet Jackson, like the music video in a warehouse and you're like chasing that
Wait,
nigga with
that's
a bat.
fall like that.
Yeah. No,
that's
Son
all
of a Gun.
night.
Son of a Gun was like ha ha hoo hoo.
Oh,
1, 2, 3, 3, 3.
yeah.
Yeah, so when they were
Wow.
like in a warehouse club type of situation, they were chasing the dude. That's the kind of feel
Yeah.
Tears gives me.
Oh,
Like if
I
it had a
see
music
it.
video, like
I see it.
yeah,
Damn,
It's
look
like-
at you, reference. You also a Janet daughter too.
I did.
You know, you was there. I mean, you were a little younger, but you was also there. Like,
Yeah, I grew up on Janet,
Yeah,
Mariah,
yeah,
Tony,
yeah,
Brandy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like music.
Do you? I can
I
tell.
like music.
Yeah.
Cause like another thing too is that I noticed like when Kehlani will like post a song on their story and it's not like R&B, And if I know it, like for example, I remember there was a few times she posted BTS songs, K-pop songs, and I was like, "What you know about this? What you know about this? What you doing in my territory?" So
No, honestly, thank you so much for bringing that up because I forgot. Like, the people need to be reminded. Like, Kehlani is very well versed in music.
Yeah.
Like, her
And I
taste
feel
is
like-
eclectic.
And I feel like it really showed in Crash because none of the songs sound alike.
No.
They're
While it's all
different.
existing
There's
in
a country song on there at the
While
same
it's
time.
all existing in the same universe, like to still be able to have a cohesive project while it's giving variety, I mean,
Yeah.
give tens where they're due. You know what I mean?
and
Like,
I was just like, this is a K-pop ass album.
yeah, no, honestly, you hit, like when you said what's given self-titled to you, like, because remember, Crash was intended to be the self-titled.
Yeah.
I kind of feel like not that it's a revert, but like, because even While We Wait too, like that was a very response-driven project. It's just
Yeah.
like y'all are gonna eat this up. Like I'll put it out and it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's
but
like y'all want R&B, I can do that in my sleep.
In my
She
sleep.
literally said it.
Yeah, and I also am referencing a post to one of her stories when she reposted Sweet Sexy Savage, and she said this is a pop album
Yeah.
because it was.
It was
and
a pop album.
But at the time, the reason why I wasn't looked at as such is because R&B was in a space where like it was dark and it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It was that SoundCloud era in a way that like sonically Sweet Sexy Savage was a departure from that. So that's why like being pigeonholed as an artist, an R&B artist, like
Yeah.
people were like, oh, it was R&B. And like there are moments throughout her career, but like this could be like the full-fledged R&B. Like
It just might. Like I said, Folded is giving self-titled. Like it's giving Kehlani experimented with Crash. They had the R&B albums. They, don't really give a fuck anymore about what the industry wants them to sound like.
and they can successfully be able to thrive without, the
Exactly.
conglomerate. It's given her 30-year-old album.
Exactly. And they've said in interviews with the last era, with Crash era, that they don't really care what the public thinks about it. They care about what the core audience want, their core fan base. And we all know who the core fan base is. The core, we know who it is. Not gonna name names, but
But names will be named.
but if you know, you know. You know who you are. You know who you are. They know who they are. Kehlani knows who they are. Doesn't really need to be named. But I love that they're just in a space where as long as they love it, as long as their people love it, once it's out and they see that the core fan base loves it, they're good.
Yeah.
They don't really need to care about what what Grammys think or what any of these award shows and the critics. If they get good criticism, they get a good criticism. It's appreciated. But it's like a bad critic, it really does not mean anything. It does nothing to their career.
No, and I think historically she's at this point because she's from the inception of her career represented just that. You know what I mean? Like really like curating her fan base in a way that's just so organic and like it's still like the core. As big as her fan base has become, like the core is still those fans that got used to her way of doing things, and like that's the thing about being a fan of like Kehlani, people like Kehlani, like it becomes more of a benefit for us than sometimes it is for her. Like we benefit from Kehlani more than Kehlani benefits from Kehlani sometimes, which is kind of crazy because that's how selfless she is and has been all throughout her career. You know what I mean? And it's just like, not to say that she won't be selfish when need be. And
Of course.
and
Respect people's boundaries, no matter who they are.
but like, she's just offered us so much and continues to offer us so much. Like, and I think it's really a treat to be a fan of individuals like that, artists like that, because it's just like, bro, like she owes us nothing. Like they owe us nothing. Like,
Yeah,
you know
like
what I mean?
these artists, they're doing what they love and they're getting paid for what they love. That's what we all want to do. We just want to do something and create things that we genuinely love and have fun doing it. It's just a bonus that we get paid and we can live off of it.
Yeah.
And we don't have to like struggle for it in order to, enjoy it. That is where everybody wants to get in life. So
Amen to that, sister.
it's really like just this is a general comment, but it's just really refreshing to see an artist come up from the beginning. Like, for example, a lot of us saw where Destin started. A lot of us saw his first song, the first tour he was on, his first headlining tour, and now he's about to have his second headlining tour. He said, like, if he tours this album, y'all better show out. And, you know, we can see the budget going up.
Yes,
So,
the price going up, skin
we
getting
see the
clearer,
budget going
fire.
up. And we're mentioning Destin a lot, but I also want to mention Kyle Dion.
Kyle
Kyle
Dion's
Dion-
overdue for his, and we
Kyle
got two.
Dion, we got 2 minutes?
2 minutes,
Ooh.
babe. We only got 2 minutes. Stay the way.
Start the clock over.
Madonna.
Start the clock over.
No, but
But
honestly,
Kyle
yeah.
Dion,
Kyle
you know,
Dion.
he's starting to get the love that, you know, he's really worked his ass off, and as an independent artist too. Like, he hasn't been signed. I don't know if he looks to get signed in the future. That's his business. But you know, I've been to multiple of his shows, and he's always singing his ass off, and somehow he manages to get even better with each year that and he is also very consistent. He's super consistent with putting out music, putting out albums. You can look into his discography after watching this episode. He has a lot of music to listen to.
I heard one of those projects. I was like, oh, this guy's talented. I remember
Yeah,
it was
and
years
like
ago.
that voice will go high, but it can also go low, and it can go in the middle. But for the most part, he is screaming his ass off.
Yeah, an unmistakable tone, just like Kehlani, a tone that, like, you know what I mean? A lot of these songs could be written by other artists, but they can't be sang by every artist. You know, she could
Yeah,
sing,
it's
you
not
know,
easy.
circles around these girls.
While dancing.
What?
While dancing.
Triple threat.
And you can do it while sick. You know, on that Camden sound check, hi guys, I'm a little sick, sorry. I love you.
Came out there and gave motherfucker
you know,
Whitney.
You know,
I'll be down. I said, you
know.
are so unserious. I was about to take off my shoe and throw it at that hoe.
You about a Jennifer Hudson her.
Listen, I love you down to the bone. Thank you for coming.
Of course, thank you.
I feel like this is going to be such a good episode to edit, and I'm so excited.
I'm excited to see it.
Oh my God, look at this. Look at us.
Look at us.
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
Well, guys, this is another episode. Oh, before I go, I want to say, guys, I have a huge announcement. The show's coming back to YouTube. It's not going to be on Instagram for that much longer, so y'all going to have to click the link. Are you ready? Ooh. I know you see me standing here.
How did I just catch on to that immediately?
No, literally. Like, you knew.
I just immediately, like, you looked and I was like, ooh.
Yeah, like, it was some.
Mind you, we don't always do that. so
No,
I'm
but
just
that
like,
was perfect. I think we have half of your brain is mine and half of it. It's
yeah, you know, but you know what? That's another episode that you
Yeah.
gotta have me for. You know,
Here, give me a hug.
We could
I
do
love you
this
so
for
much.
my Shayla.
My Sheila.
My Sheila.
My Virgo. My Sierra. Ladies and gentlemen.
The government. The government. You just like.